2 years ago, me and Avi were sitting right here and discussing as how to start our own law firm. And here we are today recording our first podcast. I am Prateek Lakra and it's Avi Kalra, and we are the founding partners at Clergy and Wisemen. So, Avi, how the journey has been for you?
The journey has been pretty, I think, interesting and challenging. From being a law student, but as to how we decided that we want to have a law firm, and then the college journey of participating in the mock trials, winning certain mock trials, and then continuously losing it. It was actually very challenging for both of us.
But it is still challenging right now, nothing has changed. I guess we have become more clearer with things, but it is the challenge, I guess it's more challenging now.
The funny part is as to how we thought once we won the mock trial that now our life is sorted out, and it was a certain feeling that probably you can now do something in your life. The feeling is still there. I'm not saying it's not there, but the feeling is very much there.
Yeah, I remember one of our faculty told us that all you have to do is win one moot court and your life is settled. But it's nothing like that. If you decide to start on your own law practice or your own law firm, it's a roller coaster journey, because you don't just have to do the law. You have to do some marketing, or you have to become a salesperson as how to get clients.
Yeah, actually, from the very initial months, we were actually doing sales rather than just the law. But it's a very interesting profession to be in. So I think let's start with as to how we were also very clueless in our law schools.
Yeah.
People like interns come to us and they tell us that we are very clueless as to how we should proceed ahead. We don't know whether we want to go in corporate, whether we want to go into a litigation firm, whether we want to start our own something, or then go to judiciary at the end of the day. But Pratik, college was again a very important chapter in our life.
Very, very important chapter. That's why we are sitting here today. We decided in the first year that we will do the moot court together, but we were unable to do it for the first 2.5 years. And then in the third year, I guess, we finally decided to do an intra moot court. So that's where we knew that we can work together as a team.
In the first year, I think there was a senior, and we were running behind him that we want to do a mock trial, because in the first year we were not allowed to participate
individually. Yeah.
And then the senior said, you can use my name, I'm not doing anything, but I'll be the speaker. I'm not giving you I'll never be the researcher in that scenario.
But it turned out to be a big failure.
Yeah, he never gave us the time. He was not picking up our calls, and on Saturdays he was drinking and
partying. Yeah. So we ended up not doing the moot court, and then we did our first intra, and we got the second position.
Yeah, it was also a very some other day as to how we could never win it.
Yeah, but it was an intra and it was our first moot court, and we knew nothing. It was not even a moot court, it was a trial advocacy competition. So we had to cross-examine, chief examine, opening statement, closing statements. And we were lucky we had a friend who just a day before the trial advocacy, he taught us, how do you have to do the cross-examination. And he taught us a very important thing. He said, whenever the chief is going, there are few objections under the Indian Evidence Act. Just say objection, my lord, leading, and all these things. You are halfway there. And we raised a lot of objections that day.
And all of them got sustained.
Yeah, everything got sustained. So we were really happy after the first round. And we did the first round, we did then the second rounds, and ultimately we were in the finals.
And because we had not slept the whole day, and eventually the organizer thought, why we do the final on the same day. And because we had not slept, I did not remember any of the questions that I was asking. Even the objections I completely forgot. And then, but yeah, it went out well. Pratik got the Best Advocates Award.
Yeah, but that day I learned a very important thing while giving my closing statement, that you need to know the law as deep as you can. Because while I was delivering my closing statement, a lot of questions were bombarded from the judges. And that time I realized, no, you can do the moot court, you can do everything, but your knowledge on the law is very, very important, because you may become an advocate at the end, but your knowledge is what you will carry forward.
So in the first intra, I think we got the gist of it as to how we want to go ahead. why the law is important, and you cannot go with the half preparation. Sometimes your luck would give you the edge over others, but then ultimately it's the preparation and the law that will help. So after 3-4 months, there was another mock trial that was happening in our university,
Yeah.
and we had applied for it. And this time we went all guns blazing.
With the same motivation in our hearts.
Yeah, we wanted the first place. I think we really wanted to win. And then during the competition, I think with each round that passed, we never thought that we will clear the next round. And I think in the quarterfinals, it happened with Aligarh Muslim University. It was,
Yeah, the students were from Aligarh Muslim University, and we were 100% sure that we have lost the round because we were clicking selfies. We were wearing a gown. You had to, wear a gown and a band in trial advocacies, and we were like, we have lost the round. Now let's click the pictures. We won't get another occasion to get the pictures, and we were clicking pictures. I remember we also made few boomerangs to remember what's happening
I
out
think
there.
it was majorly in that round that we had the defense side, and we made certain holes in the whole prosecution story, and then we.
Yes, I guess that's the reason because it was the defense side and we broke the chain of the circumstantial evidence, and that's how we won.
But then
That round.
they took the revenge in that also. In the finals, these were the guys who actually stole our whole books, and in the finals we were left with nothing but few notes. I think 2 or 3 pages.
And one IPC of Ratanlal Dheeraj.
Yeah, and we had to like within 15-10 minutes, because in the semi-finals our round went for 5 hours.
Easily, yeah.
And because the judge had already come in, and then we had to borrow books from the university's library, they also came in while the round had started. It was a pretty crazy story.
Oh yes, yeah. So, but we did it even without no books. We only had our notes, a few pages of cross-examination questions and opening statements. We even lost our closing statement, and we had few books, and we also borrowed one Bear Act of CRPC.
I think we still have it.
We still have it.
We're not giving it back to you.
Yeah.
So then after that, I think we won it. Yeah.
We were really happy. We were quite confused, or I would say very surprised that we won it. It was our first national moot court and we won it.
For the university also.
And it was the first moot court winning for our home college as well. So we were pretty happy, and that's the night we decided that
We want to
start our law firm. So, we did couple of more moot courts, and then the final year came. We did not do any moot court in the
So
final
what do you
year.
think was the winning or was the losing which made you a better advocate at the end?
Losing taught me a lot of things.
So, so I think there was Surana, and I think we had made such a big, memorial.
Yeah.
And there were electronic evidences and everything, and apparently in that we forgot to add the 65B certificate. We never forget it now.
Nah. Every file with every electronic evidence, first thing we do is put the 65B certificate. That's for sure now, because we lost the whole moot court because of that.
After that, there was also one realization that, once you do a mock trial for all the law students, once you go to the mock trial or moot courts, the judges in the earlier rounds are lawyers only. So at a certain point of time, because we were into so much of these problems, then we used to have arguments with the judges who are only lawyers only, that they were putting a question and then we had an answer which they didn't know. And obviously there were clashes somewhere. Obviously in the rounds we used to have arguments, and after that they used to give us internships.
I guess because it took us 2 months to prepare for the moot court, and one thing we had realized that this is a trial court for the mock trial. It was a trial court, and we were basing our arguments more or less on the facts, because as a prosecution we had the burden to complete the chain of circumstantial evidence. That's why I used to argue, and judges also used to ask us, where do you think the whole chain of the circumstantial evidence is now connected? That was true, but we also understood that procedural law is very important for trial after the 65B incident. But I have learned more from losing moot courts than winning the moot courts, but it makes you appreciate winning.
So then after that, I think once we were done with our college and we were doing our internships, Prateek was interning under some senior advocate. I was also working with some like a general practitioner. And then Prateek decided that he would pursue his LLM from abroad.
United Nations, yeah. So I was at the United Nations right after the first year, and Abhi was practicing in a chamber. Afterwards, he became a partner really quick at the law firm.
Yeah.
So we were both away for a year or something, and
It was always in the hindsight that we want to start our own thing. Uh, during the we, I think Prateek also was earning well over there. He was doing certain sort of stuff over there, and I became a partner. And then after the COVID scenario happened, it was still there was a thing that we wanted to practice. We want to start our own thing.
and eventually then COVID happened, and after the first wave, I came back to India, and we used to still talk when I was in Italy.
No, I was pretty sure that I think I've lost my partner over there, and probably he won't come back.
But when I came back to India, we were sitting right here in this office, in the same place, and me and Abhi were like, कर लेते हैं अब तो काफी टाइम हो गया. Everything has now happened, and we should start now.
It was just that there was certain level because you were doing work. We had become a rat. Doing the same work,
Yeah.
getting the salaries on the first or seventh day, and then we thought that.
No, we were not doing anything challenging. I remember us because you said now I'm doing the same old trial work which I have been doing from last 1.5 year, and it was same for me because we used to love challenges in the moot courts. We used to pick the most difficult moot courts, and then we decided, yeah, let's do something. But let's do something was very difficult because we had no name, we had no clients, we had no knowledge as how to get clients.
I think it was actually that it was a better time to start the law firm because if you start asking the questions, right now if someone asks me whether should I start my own practice, I would still be very hesitant to tell him that
True, yeah.
because the challenges that we have seen in past 2 years, it has been a little shaky for both of us.
Oh, that's the reason I'm calling it roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
If you think you are doing something, whoa, boom, you're with no work
Because,
left.
once you're doing a work for someone, you are busy, and I think you're not busy, you're pseudo busy. You're working, you go there at 9, you come back at 10, and then the whole day is occupied. You have a sense of that you are doing something, you're earning money. But then at the end of the day, it is not your work. It is someone else's work that you're doing, and it's still the employee-employee relationship. Although we became a partner, and I became a partner, and then whatever happened, it was still the sense that yes, I want to start something of my own. And then Pratik had come back from Italy, and we met, and then we were talking about why don't we start our own law firm. And it was not that it was always the conversation that was brought up while having a coffee or something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, but eventually we were all in, and we were very very sure that we have to do it now. And then we decided the course. Initially, we were not a full service law firm, I guess. We had decided a niche, but eventually we
Tell them
started.
about the first day once we decided that yes, now let's do it.
Yeah, with the first day, 19 January, when we thought that we will start our own law firm, and we were like, okay, we have started the law firm now, and now how do we get the clients? And we did a lot of brainstorming, and we went home, we were having dinner. I got a call from one of my friends, and we got our first match on the same day we started the law firm. But for next few weeks or months, we did not get any new matter, or we were doing pro bono work.
Yeah.
Your relatives will call you, "Arey matter hai, dekh le."
COVID actually, a lot of money was stuck over there and here, and because there was a person who was owning the co-working space,
yeah.
and his money was stuck over there. So we got I think 20-25 matters. We sent the legal notices. We were mediating also. That kept us busy, and also out of that we made a lot of contacts in that.
True. Because some of the matters we settled, though some matters, some are still in the court,
Yeah.
and that's people used to read our legal notices and our work, and some used to settle, and some of them still call back that I might need your help. So yeah, that's how we started our initial days.
Yeah, and after that, probably it was, back in that day, we were not, we didn't know. We always thought that, somehow we'll do it. And that whole thought process has changed with the time, with the years. That it's not your luck, it's not your name which is gonna get you the clients. It is your efforts that you're putting in, and it is how are you selling yourself? Like, what is the value addition that you're doing? Right now, if we go to some company or some, because right now we are doing corporate and litigation
Litigation both, yeah.
in the initial months we were just doing the litigation work, and then we realized that litigation is something which is very exciting. Because of the mock trial we always wanted to do the litigation, but it is the corporate woods which would fetch, which would like pay our bills and everything. So then we came up with the legal manager in the
Yeah, one of our services as a legal manager, where we wanted to replace the whole in-house
yeah.
legal teams and make it a third-party legal service provider in such a way that the companies or the corporates don't need to actually hire an in-house legal counsels. But we came up with few of the services because initially we were working with the startups, because startups had young minds and they always preferred working with the young people. So initial our target was startups, but also startups took a long time for us to
But the crazy
get
thing
on
with
board.
startups was that the amount. So with the startups, first of all, the thing is that the lawyers don't have a very good image
Yeah.
with all the corporates. So it's a very difficult way to go there and start the conversation that you might need a lawyer. First of all, they ask, why do you think we need a lawyer? So for that, for the first initial moment, we had to change the whole thinking, the whole ideology of having a lawyer. We told them that we are the ones who will never let you go to the courts.
Court, yeah.
And we'll make your watertight agreements, we will make your shareholders agreements and everything. But then again, the ticket size was very less. It was that we were getting money out of it, but the ticket size was still not enough that we would full-fledgedly run this office on our own. And
In the initial days, you remember, we had a client who was paying us 2,000 Indian rupees for 1 month.
yeah, actually, and I had convinced you that we might get something big out of it. But then after 3-4 months, we had to shut it down. That was not making any sense to us.
Because we were putting a lot of effort into the
But that was a
work.
good bargain, I must tell you.
Yeah, but initially our prices as a retainer were very less.
Yeah.
Usually they were 5,000 or 6,000. Though when we provide a service, we substantially grew in the price sector. But in the initial time, when nobody can vouch for you or nobody can say it's a good advocate, you have to prove it yourself. And initially, price point, you have to lower down the price and increase the effort you put.
Yeah, the efforts, the pro bono work, the name, people say your name, that they're doing something on their own. So that was the major thing. We had to even, for us to win the confidence of people we know and people, from where the work might come in, was a really big task for us, to let people understand that yes, we are doing something. Obviously, in the college, since we had done something in the college, it was little easier for us, but still not that easy.
Everything was a challenge, I would say. Even deciding the name of the law firm was a challenge. It took us 10 days
Yeah,
to.
it was LNK, KNL, Universal, and then finally Clergy Wisemen. It was actually Pratik, Pratik was researching over it and he called me that, how about this name? And this name looks very fancy, and then he gave me the whole gist of it, that this is the history, this is everything.
Because we could not come to a certain point where we would say that no, this name is good, because we tried everything. Lakda and Kalra partners, Pratik and Avi's chambers.
And also we had a major thing that we don't want to use juris, legum, and
Exactly.
everything, because it was being used by everyone actually.
Yes, so we wanted something different, and one night after 7 days of working on the names, and we were like, let's chuck it, let's go back home, let's do some reading, because we used to be good at research. So let's go back and research at the comfort at home. Why you might find something. And I was reading this book on the judicial history. So it was like in the during the reign of the Henry II, around 11th century, mid 11th century. So Henry II, he made the first court. He established the first court, which had members. They were clergies and laymen. And then there was a court of appeal of the king and the wisemen. So the first court had clergy and wisemen. I took the name of clergy, and then I added the wisemen from the court of appeal, and thus clergy and wisemen started. but we were very happy with the name. But every time, still, I tell the name to any person, there's like, oh, it's a very fancy name. What does it mean? Or it doesn't look like a law firm.
Yeah, people have actually asked us that where do the founders sit? How much are you earning? At what level are you are? Because the sort of work that we have started doing, the companies that we are representing, people don't expect that people of our age would be doing such a work. It is actually
Yeah.
very hilarious that people would ask कि आपके मेन लॉयर साहब कहाँ बैठते हैं
हाँ,
ये सब कुछ
मेन ऑफिस कहाँ है, फाउंडर्स कौन है, या फिर मेन एडवोकेट कौन है. It has happened a lot of time, and I think it's a it's stereotype, I guess, because people think age, if you are a very young lawyer, you would probably be working with somebody, or you would not be sitting directly with the clients, or you might be working as a junior or something, doing ancillary
Yeah,
work.
gray hair, probably the gray hair depends, shows as to how good a practice you have
True.
and everything.
Yeah. And it has happened also that some clients have refused to take our services because we are too young. They said you're too young to handle our matter.
First heartbreak.
The first heartbreak, we call it the first heartbreak. Really bad. I was like, is this the sole criteria for not choosing our services because we are too young right now? But that was a sad truth. It happens, and then it also happened a couple of times. We had a couple of
But
heartbreaks.
actually, right now, majorly because of our age, we actually, then we realize that we should always address the elephant in the room. People will be always thinking in the back of the end whether they can do it. So once you're talking to the client for the very first time, you always address
Yeah.
that we are young, we are very dynamic. We'll send you the updates, what is happening. You can always call us, because it is an issue with the lawyers that they don't pick up the client's calls. They will always, it's a very grey area that they don't make them understand what is happening with their case, with the agreements and the contracts. Jargons are used. They don't understand. The people don't understand what is written in the contract.
Yeah, so when we started, we were very sure to make the whole process very transparent, and we came up with a few of the legal processes that we implemented. Then we also had a small legal ops team, so every other day before, the person would get a call or the message that tomorrow you have a matter listed, and after the matter we send them a WhatsApp, text or call that the matter was posted today and this happened with the matter. So to maintain transparency, I would say, or to make your client more aware, because I think that clients are not aware what's happening with their matter. So I think that's where we have played a very significant role as Clergy and Wisemen. Also, our clients, some of them are very happy because some clients come and say that my ex-lawyer he charged me this much, and then he came up to me, nahi, ye application or file karni hai, pay me for this much amount. So with the billings and all the whole transaction, we have kept it very smooth, very transparent, no hidden charges. So
There was another person who came to us and said कि my lawyer has charged me 6,000 rupees for summoning
yeah.
for the
PFRC.
Yeah. Like, what the hell?
And one of the clients, he came to us that my earlier lawyer told me that he would get, his son was in jail, and the lawyer told him that he would get a TV installed in his jail cell.
How do you challenge that? How do you sell this? So, but we have now, I think we have been able to convert clients, people who are not willing to even file a case because of the whole judicial process of how the cases would be filed, the orders would come, and then the time period it will take.
True.
We have post clients also.
Yeah, post clients.
That the earlier people were not happy with their lawyers and everything. We are trying to, with the process, trying to understand this whole thing. We won't say that we have understood it.
And we don't also give, fake statements like एक साल में केस खत्म करवा देंगे, because we very clearly tell them like some things are out of our hands as well. Might be the judge might be on the leave, or the opposition party refuses to take the notices, so we cannot help there. But whatever has to be done from our side, we will do it at our level best. We won't miss your hearings, or we won't lower down our standards with the arguments, or with the drafting, or with the legal knowledge and everything.
Yeah, so with the corporates also, and with every litigation what we are doing, we are not charging them any money for which nothing is happening. Supposedly there's a date, that we have to go, or there's a meeting which never happened, we won't charge it. We won't charge the money out of it. We tell them that it is our loss. We're booking it, and we won't charge you anything.
True. Yeah. Uh, I guess this is also very important to gain the confidence of a client, because it has happened that they call and tell and they ask कि अच्छा सर आपकी मीटिंग के चार्जेस क्या रहेंगे. I don't think that we should do it, because let them understand us, or let us understand them
Yeah.
what is their situation.
That is also the process of business development.
Business development, yeah.
Yeah.
But litigation is way far different from the corporate side of the law, because in the morning we are litigating lawyer, and after the lunch we are sitting with the corporate
Yeah,
team.
actually, like, since we are it's a very new law firm, so then 5 days a week. We have matters in 3 days, 2 days probably are like we are off. And then, with the 3 days going on with the regular court, sometimes 2 courts a day, then we realize, it's time to shift to corporate for a while, and then probably enjoy the calmness and just the drafting over the laptops and everything. So we are actually having best of both worlds.
Best of
right?
both worlds right now, and it's good that we are working as a full service law firm, because on the learning side we are learning a lot every day, because we are doing everything by ourselves. Even all the people who work in the office are, I guess, they are younger than us. They're younger to us.
Yeah, probably yes.
Yeah. So it's a nice ambience, a nice environment to work as well, and I guess now the clients have also started to feel that a young person can do way better than a old person with a gray hair, because our clients have started to understand that knowledge on the law and how you pursue a case is entirely depends upon the lawyer's knowledge, not on the age.
Yeah, we have done certain, certain fuck ups.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very
If one can
clever.
beep it. So, but yeah, at this time, at this stage, we actually cannot afford such things right now. But yeah, it's not that whatever we have touched has turned to gold.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, things have happened, but they have been a very good learning experience for us, because if things go south, you always remember that this happened. You cannot do the 65B example.
yeah, so behind this whole podcasting and everything, because now we are completing 2 years, and recently only people have started coming to us asking that, you're very young to start your own law firm. People would at every function would ask that how is it going, बेटा lawyer क्यों बने आप, बेटा आपको job चाहिए कोई अच्छी जगह तो बता देना. अभी भी चल रहा है. Yesterday only my parents were asking me whether you're earning enough or not, whether you want a good job, just let us know, we have certain connects. मैंने कहा यार अब तो job दे रहे हैं अब. तो
Yeah, but people still question us, and I guess they will be questioning us for a while. If by the time our hair don't grow grey.
no, don't worry, I have the powder.
You got grey hair.
The color, not
The dye. But yeah, 2 years roller coaster ride. We learned a lot of things. Things have gone south, and we are still expanding. Yeah, the growth is the once we reached our sustainability mode, we right away went for the growth stage, right away sustainable. So I guess this is a gist of our journey
Yeah.
from the day of starting the law firm and completing 2 years. I hope you enjoyed, and this might help you somehow.
Yeah, we wish to make another podcast.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.